Have you ever come across a story online that makes you stop for a moment and wonder if any part of it is actually true? That is exactly what happened when people began talking about Kim Novak and a set of photos that many claimed left very little to the imagination. Very quickly, the internet filled with reactions, comments, and a great deal of confusion. What surprised many people even more was the fact that Kim Novak, a film star from decades ago who has mostly stayed out of the public eye, suddenly became a trending topic again. This made many viewers curious about what was happening, why her name appeared everywhere, and whether there was any real truth behind the claims. Before getting into the details of the photos, it is important to understand who Kim Novak is and why her name carries such a strong presence in the world of entertainment. Kim Novak is a well-known Hollywood actress from the classic film era and is remembered for movies such as Vertigo. She was one of the most recognized stars of her time, admired for her acting talent and her ability to bring a unique feeling to every character she played. After many years in the spotlight, she chose to step away from the busy life of fame and began living more quietly. Because of this, any unexpected story involving her tends to draw a lot of attention. The story about the photos began the way many rumors begin in the online world. Someone posted pictures claiming they were recent images of Kim Novak wearing a very revealing outfit. From that point on, the story spread from one platform to another. Some people accepted the claims immediately, others questioned them, and many simply repeated what they saw without checking anything at all. This is a common pattern online, where one surprising post can turn into a massive discussion even when the facts are unclear. Once something gains a little attention, it can grow quickly, and soon it feels as if the entire internet is talking about it. The big question many people had was whether the photos were actually real. The answer is more complicated than it first appears. Many of the images being shared do not come from official or trustworthy sources. A good number of them seem to be edited, mislabeled, or taken out of context. In other words, a lot of what people reacted to may not even have anything to do with Kim Novak. It is extremely easy nowadays to create altered images or attach a famous person's name to a picture that has no connection to them. That is why it is important to ask where a picture came from, whether it is verified, and whether it matches the person's real life. In this case, there is no confirmed or credible source showing that Kim Novak released or posed for such photos, which means the story people reacted to was very likely based on misunderstanding or completely false material. You might wonder why people reacted so strongly even when the pictures were not verified. There are several reasons. Famous people attract attention, especially when they are part of anything unusual or unexpected. Shocking stories spread faster than calm ones, and people often share them before checking the truth. The online world mixes real information with false information so easily that many people struggle to tell them apart. Nostalgia plays a part too, because a star from an earlier time rarely appears in the news, so any headline about them stands out. With all of these factors combined, it is easy to see why the story grew bigger than the facts behind it. Another important part of this topic is the idea of respect and privacy. Behind every headline is a real human being. Kim Novak worked for many years in the film industry and later chose a peaceful life away from constant attention. When pictures, whether real or fake, spread without consent, it can feel like a violation of privacy. This is true for anyone, not just celebrities. Even younger public figures often find this type of unwanted attention uncomfortable, and for someone who has stepped away from fame, it can feel even more invasive. It is not wrong to be curious, but it is important to stay thoughtful and remember that everyone deserves dignity. There are lessons to be learned from situations like this. It is always wise to question what you see online, because not everything that appears real truly is. Think carefully before sharing something, because a single click can spread incorrect information to thousands of people. Respect matters and privacy matters. There is a difference between wondering about something and taking part in spreading rumors. When you see a headline claiming something shocking, such as Kim Novak appearing in extremely revealing photos, the best thing you can do is pause and look at the facts. In this case, the real story was not the photos themselves, but the way a rumor can grow, spread, and take on a life of its own. Understanding this helps everyone make better choices online and treat others with fairness. If you enjoyed this explanation and would like more content where we look past the noise and focus on what is actually happening, stay tuned for future videos, and thank you very much for watching until the very end.